What's up, gamers? It's me, your girl Sappho, back at it again with a monthly Ramble video. And this time I can actually say I'm back at it again because this is the second time I've done this. Oh dear. Okay, I'm like kind of sick right now and hopefully I have good energy for this video, but I don't know. Where is my water? It's all the way over there. I'm not gonna go all the way over there for my water. Okay, so same 3 people as last month. Thank you for coming back, all of y'all. Really happy about that. Just, like, I can't express how excited it makes me that people actually want to give me money to, like, A, to ramble about random shit, but B, to, like, make videos that, like, people like me so much that they'd give me $10 a month is just completely crazy to me. Just, oh my god. And I know I said that I was going to be better about videos this month, and I wasn't. But I should have a script out soon. I have like 50% of a script. It's going to be about what makes a video essay great. I feel pretty great about this video. And yeah, so hopefully that'll be out soon. But alright, to the meat of the matter. Ramble time. Okay, so the first thing recommended to me was Anton recommended the show Legion. So I watched the first episode, and I had like seen clips of the first episode. I think I watched like the first 10 minutes of it a while back when it came out, and I couldn't really get into it. I'm really not a big fan of shows where the characters are in a mental institution and it turns out that they're not actually crazy, that like actually there's some conspiracy or they're being drugged or something. That just kind of like makes me like uncomfortable as far as the subject matter, and sort of, I don't know, I have like personal gripes with this whole idea that like, oh, you're not mentally ill, you're just different. I'm like, no, I'm fucking sick. But I digress. Even though the show had that plot through it, it's actually really good. Usually that's a deal breaker for me, but it really pulls through. The imagery throughout the whole thing is just amazing. It has a whole like retro futurist thing going for it. Like, I can't tell if it's a period piece. I'm pretty sure it isn't, because you see like flat screen TVs, and the officer has like a tablet thingy, and I am always a sucker for retro futurism. I like me some electro swing, so I love that aspect of it, and yeah, it's just really weird and difficult to predict. I have no idea where the show is going from that first episode. I can't tell if it's going to be like, excuse me. I can't tell if it's going to be like a Lost type show, or if it's going to go down like the route of being more of a like standard superhero fare. I liked it a lot better than the other thing on FX that came out at the same time as it, like the miniseries. It was something like, oh dear, Warmers? That's not right. Give me a second. FX superhero miniseries. Nope. Can't find it. I'm sure in post I will put it somewhere. Maybe here. I don't know. Maybe I won't do that. Yeah, so I liked it a lot better than other fare. I think I might like it more than Gifted, which I really enjoyed. So I'm definitely going to keep watching Legion. I recommend it if you like sort of 70s futuristic imagery and superhero fare. It was really fun. I don't really think I have anything deep or profound to say about it. It didn't like move me, if that makes any sense, but I really enjoyed it. That's a shitty thing to ramble about. Let me try to think of something interesting to say. I think it has a pretty standard plot as far as one of those shows with like supernatural characters discovering their powers, but it's you're just off kilter enough that it's hard to follow what's happening, and you can't really tell which characters are the good guys, which characters are the bad guys. And I really appreciate that. And holy shit, am I really peaking that terribly? I am really peaking that terribly. Let's bring down these input levels to like 65. Jesus Christ. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, it's like one of those shows that really like keeps you on your toes despite having a very traditional plot in a lot of ways. Yeah. And I'm someone who watches a lot of these superhero shows, and I really appreciate the fact that it got to the point. Like, I've watched the first 3 episodes of Cloak and Dagger, and they still haven't gotten to the point yet as far as like, oh, this character realizes that they have powers. The fact that Legion gets there in the first episode, but still at a point where like there's enough twists and turns that you are on the edge of your seat the whole time. I really appreciated that. It was really fun. I'm gonna watch more of Legion, and you should too. So the second thing was Steven's recommendation for the month, which is a video about Frank Duke, made by a YouTuber by the name of the Pink Man. And I, yet again, same as sort of last month's, had completely unfamiliar with the world of this video. Frank Duke is like an MMA fighter? Not like MMA, what's it called? It's like kind of wrestling, but not stuff like showy karate. Again, this is not something I'm familiar with, and it was also kind of hard to tell in the video what the guy did, but there's like a movie based off of him, and his life is super unrealistic because it's all lies. And it was fascinating. The degree to which he lies and then continues to lie, and it's like if you call him out on his lies, he's like, oh, I had like body doubles, and it's just amazing. Like what a fantastic story. My like major complaint, I have to say, is that the guy explaining this information did so in such a disjointed way, and just did so like by going point by point. Whereas if you're someone like me who has no idea who Frank Duke is, never heard of this guy before, it was really difficult to follow. But just fascinating. And it was like clear the guy who made the video about Frank Duke, this Pink Man guy, like is really passionate about this stuff and did a lot of research. So he's like, oh, there's this Ancestry.com entry about this guy who's supposedly the Frank Duke's mentor, and like had all of this like interesting data, and like I think the YouTuber's persona was really interesting. Like the way he talked was very reminiscent of the like Red Letter Media Star Wars reviews. I really liked there was these like cutaways to Pink Man, and he'd like have like face paint on, or he'd be doing something weird, and it was just so wacky and cool. Honestly, the biggest disappointment to this video is that like there's like squandered potential. Like this is a guy whose channel could be like so much cooler. This hour-long video about Frank Dukes should be like, I'm gonna say like half the length, possibly fourth the length, and should be more story oriented. Like I want to know, like, did he actually fool anyone with this story? Why was this story being listened to? Like, tell me about like people who are trying to uncover him, and like give me more of a narrative. This is so completely disjointed that I can't tell what's happening. And like the YouTuber's character should be like a lot more developed. I just love the like performance aspect of it, and I think that this guy's really has some really cool stuff to work with there. It just needs to be developed a little bit more. And I mean, I will like give perhaps like it's pretty clear that this video is made for someone who's familiar with his channel, and is like familiar with this world, because it keeps referencing other fighters who I've never heard of and other videos that he's made, and it's just sort of like, I don't know what you're talking about, but would love to know more, because this is like super weird and interesting. But yeah, it's like, it's a video full of lost potential. I hope that makes sense. All right. Last but not least, Meebe, my one true love, has sent The Man from U.N.C.L.E., which is a 2015 film, which is a remake of a 1960s spy show. And it's amazing. Everyone is sleeping on it. It is super underrated. Check it out. It's like a cheap, like, okay, it's like a more played straight version of Kingsman, I think is the best way to describe it. So it's like all of the sort of camp fun of a James Bond movie, but they're taking themselves just a little too seriously. And holy shit, I didn't realize that Henry Cavill could, like, be charismatic. Like, he does such a great job as his character is like this, like, sort of American con man spy type character that like the plot of the movie is like pretty stupid. It's basically Rogue One, like low-key Rogue One. But there's so much fun stuff with just like his character, and then the guy from Call Me By Your Name, Armie Hammer, is that guy's name? It's such a weird name that I think it's fake every time I hear it. His Russian character, and like there's just something kind of homoerotic about the two of them, and it's wonderful and wacky and weird. And also, maybe if you like that movie, you should definitely check out a very secret service. It's like this French spy show. It's very similar, but a little bit more comedic, but same sort of like Cold War spy drama stuff. So yeah, I recommend all three of these. I mean, a little bit less on the Mr. Pinkman, or the Pinkman. I'm not sure what the guy's channel's name was. Oh shoot, video. But I think he's gonna make some cool stuff at some point in the near future, because like he's got a lot of potential. But Legion and Man from U.N.C.L.E. 100% recommend. It's some cool stuff. Yeah. So see you next month.